Today we'll discuss one small topic that is called withholding tax. Withholding tax. Here, withholding tax. Withholding tax. It's a two types of taxes we're having there. One is the direct tax, indirect tax. So this is one type of tax, withholding tax. Okay. Here, what is the meaning of withholding tax? Withholding tax. Okay. Withholding. WHET means holding, holding tax, withholding tax from persons. Okay, here the going to 1 second, 1 second. Sorry, withholding tax. WHD means withholding tax. So what is the meaning of here? Withholding tax from the persons. Okay, here what is the meaning of persons here? Uh, one more thing. In India, we used to call as a in abroad countries they used to call withholding tax, but in India we used to call as a TDS. So in India, we used to call as a withholding tax is equal to TDS. Okay, TDS means tax deducted. Tax deducted at source. Okay, India we used to call as a TDS, but abroad countries they used to call as a withholding tax. Withholding tax from the persons. Here also TDS tax deducted at source from the persons. Okay, so what is the meaning of here persons? It doesn't include person means it's not include individual. Okay, here is fine. Here persons means individual. Individual, HUF, AOP, and BOI and AJP. Okay, and last one is company. Okay. Individual means Lavan individual. HF means Hindu undivided family. It was a different topic. Then association of persons means if you see banks and all corporate societies, those are comes under association of persons. Body of individual means it comes under trust, and artificial AGP means artificial jurisdictional persons means it's a law courts and all, right. So lawyers courts and also that and companies also we can deduct this tax from the individual person or HF means in that HF karta is there, so we can deduct from that karta and association of persons and trustees and courts and all body of not body of individual means trust and all, and artificial jurisdiction person means courts and all, and also company. Okay, we can deduct a tax. I'm just discussing about these 3 points in the department income tax point of view department. Okay, income tax point of view, income tax department point of view. They're saying withholding tax it's we're collecting tax from the person, so they're specifying in the department their section, so it doesn't include one person individual, it includes HUF, AOP, BO, AJP and companies. Okay, why we are discussing this in the when we are doing the configuration, this all comes under other than company. We are having two types of sections. One is company and another one is other than company. Okay, other than company who are including that include HF, AOP, BOI. This is one topic. One is withholding tax meaning, and we discussed about persons. Okay, what is the persons here? And here I'm just specifying the source, right? So this is I told you it's a withholding tax. It's a direct tax. Okay, it's a direct tax, and GST is the indirect tax. What is the meaning of your direct tax? Direct tax means tax imposed on persons their specific source of income. Okay, tax is imposed on the person. I told you, right? The department is going to collect tax from the persons and on this specific source of income. What is the source of income? We'll discuss. Okay, what is the source of income means? In the income tax department, they divided source of income 5 heads. One is salaries. Okay, So here how the this TDS is going to work out means, suppose I'm running one company. If I'm paying Lavanya and Co is running one company, so I'm paying some amount to as a salary. Okay, in that when I'm paying anything to anyone in that scenario, I have to deduct a tax from that person's, and again I have to send the TDS portion to the department. That is the process. What is the process? When I'm paying anything to any persons, so in that scenario I have to deduct TDS tax deducted source from that persons, and same amount I have to send to the income tax department. Okay, that is the process. So whenever I'm paying salaries, I need to deduct as a TDS. Okay, so income tax department said you don't collect all the source of incomes. I'm just specifying 5 heads of incomes. In that only you have to deduct TDS. So what are the source of income? One is salary, then second one is if I'm income from other source, income not income, highest means income from house property. Okay, if I'm paying any rent to the landlord, in that scenario also I have to deduct some portion from the landlord and I have to send to the department. So that is called one source of income. And the third one is capital gain. If I'm selling Lavanya and Co selling any what was the capital gains means land or buildings, so like that property. In that scenario also, if in case gain will come, profit will come in that scenario also. If I'm paying anything to that sale person, had to deduct some portion, I had to send to the department. That is called capital gain. Then fourth step is PCBP. Okay, when I'm doing any business, while doing this business process, if I'm paying anything to anyone, I had to deduct TDS from that person. So suppose PGBP means business and professional income. Okay, and if we take Lavanya and Co taking the audit services, in that scenario also I'm paying to the auditor, right? That is also the transaction also covers under this head PGBP. And fifth is income from other source. Okay, other source. So you are income from other source. Either if any income is not covered under the salary, HP, capital gain, BGP, those incomes comes on income from other source. For example, Lavanya and Co paying dividend to the shareholders. That is also I'm paying, right? In that scenario, also deduct some portion from the shareholders. And any winning and lotteries, Lavanya and Co. They're doing the lottery business and all. If I'm paying to any person, so in that scenario also I have to deduct some portion, 30% like that, and then I'll send to the department. So income from other source. What are the incomes not covered under these four heads? These comes under income from other source. Okay, this is called a source of income. Now we learn what is withholding tax, and in India we used to call it the TDS, and what are the persons individual HFAOP, and what is the direct tax? It is tax imposed on the persons. If you come to the indirect tax, what they are saying, tax imposed on the goods and services, but here we are imposed tax on the persons. Okay, and we no need to deduct a tax from all the source of income, so you need to deduct only some heads of incomes. Okay, they already clear mentioned in the source of income. And if you come to here, how on what basis we are going to calculate any fixed amount they mentioned, or any percentage. Okay, any rates, any tax rates. Okay, the income tax department mentioned the tax rates. Okay, it depends upon the services, whether it is salary, whether it is contract services, whether it is professional services. We are going to any rent, so they are going to mention different tax rates. Suppose 5% and 10% like that tax rates they mention. This is called basic level, and the sections also there. So on suppose I'm paying salary to the my employees Lavanya and Co. In that scenario, what I have to do? I need to mentioned one section, right? That is called section. So 192 section is there, 194 section relating to what was that, interest on other securities. If I'm getting any income from as a interest, that is called, they have to mention as under 194. And 194 J means relating to professional services, 194 C means contract. So many sections are there. It is not permitted to one section. Okay, so many sections are there. So these tax rates and sections are maintained by the income tax department. Okay, So what we discussed these points and all in the normal scenario theory part in the income tax department point of view. Okay, now if you come to the SAP point of view, so on which extent we are going to use that withholding tax. Okay, in SAP there are two types of systems. Okay, two types of tax systems. Okay, in SAP there are two types of tax systems. Okay, one is classic withholding tax. One is classic withholding tax. Another one is classic withholding tax. Another one extended withholding tax. Okay, extended withholding tax. Here classic withholding tax they're using earlier, but now everyone is using the extended withholding tax. Okay, main difference is I'm going to tell you. Now they're using only extended withholding tax. Okay, what is the main differences here? I'll tell you. What is the main difference means in the classic withholding tax, classic withholding tax, only vendor line item display only vendor line item transactions only we can disclose. Only vendor line item transactions only withholding tax will come. Okay, transactions withholding tax will come. Withholding tax option will come. And but if you come to the extended EXT and DDX, TE and extended withholding tax, we can update the both customer and vendor withholding tax transactions. Okay, how it is going to tell, I will tell you. If you see in the if you see in the if you I will show you. I'm going to tell a little bit fast because it's a big topic, right? So welcome. See here, what I told you, classic withholding tax, it is showing withholding tax option is coming for the vendor. Okay, if you see here FB60, so have done the configurations of withholding tax. So after this withholding tax configuration only the option will come. If in the classic withholding tax this option only coming. If you see here, if you see FB70, here also withholding tax coming, but in the classic withholding tax it won't come for the withholding tax for the customer related transactions. So now they introduced the external withholding tax for this option only. Earlier in the classic withholding tax we don't have option of this withholding tax for the customers. Okay, that is called class withholding tax and external withholding tax we learn, right? Then we come to now in SAP point of view we learned this what are the systems are there, and now we come to the SAP end user point of view. So how the end user going to post the transactions? After that one we will do the configuration, right? So what are the transaction end user post? Okay, end user side, end user point of view we will learn. Okay, what was that? Suppose credit sales. Okay, credit purchases, end user point of view vendor. Okay, credit purchases with withholding tax. Okay, withholding tax at the rate of suppose 10%, whatever. Okay, what is the entry is going to book if we bought the credit purchases, right? So what I told you, when we are paying anything to any person in that scenario, we have to deduct tax from the persons. Okay, here also in the vendor, where in vendor I have to pay tax, right? In that scenario, withholding tax will come. Okay, what is the entry? Purchase account data to account data. Suppose I'm taking 1 lakh. Okay, purchase account data to 1 lakh here to vendor account. Suppose I'm taking 90,000. Okay, 90,000 into TDS account is what was that, 10,000. Okay, this is how end user is going to post. Okay, here actually I need to pay 1 lakh rupees to the vendor, but withholding tax point of view I need to deduct some portion from that 1 lakh 90,000 I deducted. This is for me.
Lavanya garu 10% deduct from purchase account in invoice time. 10,000 అనేది పర్చేస్ అకౌంట్ లో నుంచి డెబిట్ అవుతుంది.
పర్చేస్ అకౌంట్ లో డెబిట్ అవ్వదు. పర్చేస్ అకౌంట్ మనం డిస్క్లోజ్ చేస్తాం 1 lakh, ఎందుకంటే అది ఫిక్స్డ్ అకౌంట్. ఇప్పుడు నా అకౌంట్ నేను 90,000 రాసుకున్నాను, 10,000 వర్త్ ఆఫ్ గూడ్స్ నేను ఇచ్చేసి నేను 90,000 ఎలా రాసుకుంటాను? పర్చేస్ అకౌంట్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు పర్చేజెస్ సేల్స్ అనేది ఎప్పుడు ఫిక్స్డ్ గానే ఉంటాయి. నేను వెండర్ పే చేసేటప్పుడు నీకు నేను 1 lakh ఇవ్వాలి, బట్ నేను యాజ్ పర్ ద TDS రూల్స్ ప్రకారం నేను 10,000 డిడక్ట్ చేసేయాలని రిమైనింగ్ నీకు ఇస్తాను. పర్చేస్ అనేది నేను 10,000 ల్యాప్టాప్ ఇచ్చేసి నేను 90,000 రాసుకుంటానంటే అది ఆడిట్ పర్పస్ లో ఇష్యూ అవుతుంది. ఇది ఎంట్రీ ఇట్లాగే వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా? అండ్ ఇఫ్ యూ కమ్ టు హియర్, దెన్ సెకండ్ పర్చేస్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో రాశారు. ఇప్పుడు సేల్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో ఎండ్ యూజర్స్ ఎలా పోస్ట్ చేస్తారు. ఇక్కడ ఇట్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ పర్చేజర్స్. నేను ఇఫ్ ఐ బాట్ ఎనీ సర్వీసెస్, ఇట్స్ రిలేటెడ్ టు సర్వీసెస్ ఆల్సో. ఇక్కడ ప్రొఫెషనల్ సర్వీసెస్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఇంకా కాంట్రాక్ట్ సర్వీసెస్ ఏమైనా. ఇక్కడ జిఎల్ అని డిపెండ్స్ అపాన్. సపోజ్ ఐమ్ పేయింగ్ ఎనీ ఇంకా రెంట్ ఆల్సో, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో 1 GL. So when I'm paying my books, so I paid 1 lakh rupees to the landlord, and 1 lakh rent I had to disclose as the expenses, right? 1 lakh 90,000 I paid to landlord and 10,000 I deducted. It's not only permitted to the purchase account. It's related to all the transaction. I told you, right? All the transactions, when I'm paying anything to anyone from my Lavanya and Co, I had to deduct TDS from that scenario. This is called when I'm paying. Okay, suppose if I'm receiving any income, means in that also withholding tax will come, right? So suppose this is I'm paying point of view. You can say it is I'm paying point of view. Paying point of view. Okay, here also receiving point of view. If I'm receiving anything, receiving point of view. Okay, here suppose I'm one entry I'm taking, whether it is professional services or any sales, I am doing any contract services, anything. If I receiving money from any person, they also deduct a tax from you, right? So in that also I receive less amount. Okay, how the entry will come? Suppose I'm taking sales always be credit, right? So customer, suppose customer, I'm getting amount from the customer. Customer, suppose 90,000 only I will get. Okay, because they deducted 10,000 from me, right? Customer account and TDS account. TDS account here 10,000, and two, for me I had to disclose the total amount of the sales. Okay, 1 lakh I had to disclose my sales, but I'm receiving only 90,000. What about 10,000? 10,000 is deducted by the deposit person who is paying. Okay, this is how the interest will come. This is here it mentioned sales, but it's related to if I'm providing Lavanya and Co providing any consultant services, Lavanya and having Lavanya and Co having any land buildings, so they're getting any income from this rental. So many transactions are there. Okay, in that scenario this is entry. So this is end users will post. So if you see these two transactions, based on these two transactions only we need to do the configurations. Now we come to the configuration part. Configuration. Okay, what are the configurations we have to do for this end user posting? Okay, configurations in as a consultant. Okay, first configuration First configuration, GST related and withholding tax related. We need to specify the country because in India we are having the GST. Other countries they are using different tax rates. Here also we are using withholding. We are using TDS. Different tax rates based on our Indian income tax department rules and regulations. Okay. Now what is the first step? We need to define the country, right? Define the withholding tax. Country, COUNT, country and region. This is first step for every tax related point. Okay, define withholding tax country and region. So what is the path for this? Just to go to this is a baseline configurations because this withholding taxes are using every company code level, right? So in India we are having 3-4 company codes. So for 2-3 company codes they'll use this withholding tax only, right? So it's a global settings. It comes under global settings and extended withholding tax and what was that? This is basic setting. Telling in a shortcut. Just if you go here, first configuration, what I have to do? Suppose I'll show you here instead of taking stuff. Right, this is a global settings. No need to go here financial accounting and this is financial accounting global settings and this is a withholding tax. We are having two types. One is classic withholding tax. This is class withholding tax. This is extended withholding tax. Okay, withholding tax means here we are having 4 sections. One is basic settings and second one is calculations, company code, posting. These 4 parts only we are going to do the configurations. Okay, first configuration what I told you, check withholding tax country. Okay, if you go here and if you go new entries, you have to update the India and you can update the withholding tax also same India. You can say you want to create state wise, you can get, otherwise you can give as India only descriptions. You can withholding tax of Vijayawada like that. You can take withholding tax India. You can say like that. Just mentioning, that's it only. I will informing the system I'm using withholding tax here, withholding tax in this country. That's it only. This is one step. Okay, this is first step. What is the second configuration? We'll go to the transaction. See here customer account is we are going to do and sales also in the FS00 we need to do, right? So here TDS here we need to create. So first configuration, whatever the entry is posting by the end user, we have to create the GLs, right? The GL master data under FS00. So here we are specifyingly mentioned that one GL, right? That is called TDS account. So if you see here, if you see here, this is a credit, right? This is debit, and here vendor is a credit. Here vendor is credit. Okay, TDS is credit. So here credit means it's a current liability. Okay, current liability. Okay. In the GLs we need to prepare under this current liabilities and this is sort key 001 and I'll show you. This is come automatically, right? We need to do posting automatically dot configuration. This is very important because we don't enter manual, it will come automatically after doing this configuration. So just I will show you how we have done the FS00. Okay, FS00. Yes. This is current liability, I told you, right? Go to your TDS payables. This is balance sheet item, current liabilities and control data. The posting items. That's it. And here see, this is clearing account because after deducting from the TDS from the vendor, I have to pay to the department, right? What is the entry now? Now I'm giving TDS as a here TDS as a credit, right? Then TDS account debit to bank account. to particular I need to pay, right, to the department. So in that scenario I need to pay through my bank only, the amount will go, right. So this is entry will come this. So here one time is TDS is debit credit and one time is TDS is debit, right. So in that scenario I need to create as a clearing account. Okay, this is a clearing account, that's it only. There is no major observations here, only this is a post automatically, we don't enter TDS automatically. Okay, then this is comes under current liability. One major part is here, we will bother about when we are paying to the some persons. In that scenario TDS payable will arise. Okay, in that scenario only we need to do so much of process. If I'm collecting salary TDS, so then I have to upload, I have to file again TDS returns, and I have to need to raise chalanas, I need to send to the department, I need to inform to the department. So many process is done while I'm paying to any vendor and taking amount from the persons. Suppose if I'm receiving TDS, suppose I'm working as an employee, they deducted tax from me. Okay, that's, I don't do anything here, they just deducted 10,000 from me, that's it only. Opposite company, they're going to do the TDS returns, so they're going to submit to the department, they further they need to write the chalana. So who are deducting the TDS amount, they have only so much of work. Now as a Lavanya & Co company, I'm deducting from the vendor point of view, so I need to do so much of configuration as a payment side, because I have to do I had to collect amount from the employee, then I had to file the TDS returns within the quarter, then I had to send the same chalanas to the department, and chalanas and all, after checking the chalanas and all returns and all, income tax portal, they're going to update in the every individual point of view the returns is at 26 years. Okay, this all process will happen in the TDS payable process only. Okay, just TDS receivable means, just that is not our point of view, opposite persons only going to take care of this. Just stop this topic, this is some tricky point. Okay, and here what we discussing here, so TDS it will come automatically, okay. I done this TDS configuration, and sales purchases, so GLs and all we need to create. Okay, what I told you here, first TDS account is coming automatically, right. So I told you, right, whenever any GLs are coming automatically, that is called account determination automatic posting. So third configuration is what is that, account determination automatic postings. Okay, here what for this configuration, how they are mentioning in the SAP. So define define account account for withholding tax to be paid over. Okay, what this configuration saying, you just informing the system. So whenever you are posting any TDS related, you have to mention, you have to take this GL, this is a configuration. Okay, what is this is the same thing, what I told you, global settings, same path. Okay, I don't tell you next steps path, because we are in the same path always. Here withholding tax posting, this is the posting, right. I told you extended postings are for 4 categories. One is basic settings, another one is company code, postings levels, and another one is I think what else I forgot. So I'll show you this posting, right. So we'll go to here postings. I need to inform into the system. So you just take whenever I'm posting withholding tax this GL. Okay, automatic posting. So it's already opened another phase. It's not open. Does a path here we don't have any. See here, this is comes under financial accounting, global settings, withholding tax, section withholding tax. Totally anything comes under basic setting, calculation, company code, posting. So I will informing, it's I told you that it's a automatic posting, so it comes under posting point of view. And if you see here, posting accounts for withholding tax. Okay, if you come here, different accounts for withholding tax to be paid. In that I'm informing to the system while I'm posting any this my chart of accounts. Chart of accounts means list of GL accounts, right. So whenever I'm posting this TDS account withholding tax, you just take this GL account. Okay, see here, I have to do this configuration account, whatever the TDS payable I have done the configuration, I have to give in here. So another options is there. What is the option here? They're mentioning one is withholding tax type and withholding tax code. So for giving this configuration, I have to do two more configuration. What is that configuration? That is withholding tax type and withholding tax code. Okay. So first configuration is withholding tax type, right? So what is the fourth? So this configuration is not yet done. For this configuration, I have to do one more configuration, that is called withholding tax type. Okay, before going to discuss this topic, I will tell you whenever withholding tax types will come. The meaning is posting side you have to think. Withholding tax type means you have to think in the posting side, whether it is invoice posting or it is a payment posting. Okay, and if you come to withholding tax keys means you have to think about sections. Okay, if you come any word related to withholding tax codes, you have to think about section. Withholding tax codes means uh, withholding tax keys means here rates. Withholding tax 1 second. Codes means it's always rates. These mean sections. If you come to in the GST portion also, we told you, right, define tax codes or FTXP. Tax codes means it's a tax rates. Okay, here also withholding tax codes means always rates. It means 2%. Like the sections means here 192, 194. So just remember this. And withholding tax type means it's related to posting point of whether it is we are posting invoice postings or payment posting. Keys means sections 194, 190, 194C like that, and codes means it's a rates. Okay, just remember this point. Now what configuration we are doing now? Here both configuration what they mention here. I forgot 1 second.
Sections.
Withholding tax type, right? What I told you, tax type means whether it is invoice posting or payment posting. So what are the configuration I have to do? Define withholding tax types. Okay, what is the path for this? This is a calculate. This is comes under calculations. Okay, calculations. Okay, I told you, right, withholding tax comes under withholding tax extra withholding tax basis settings, calculations and postings, and one more thing is I think I forgot. Again I'll tell you, 4 steps is there, right? In that scenario we have to do. Okay, well, this comes under calculation part. Okay, in that calculation what I have to mention, and posting one invoice postings and invoice postings, and another one is payment postings. Okay, so I have to mention to the system postings. Okay, I have to mention to the system. I'm using one code, 2 digits numerical number. You can use numbers or you can use alphabets also. I'm just using, suppose invoice posting. My company code is HA89, so I'm using HA. I have to use HP. Okay, this is for payment posting transactions. One is invoice posting. Okay, where first we receive the invoices, next we will pay, right? In that scenario we have to define the tax type. Tax types means nothing but here posting related. Okay, but configuration comes under calculation part. If you come to here, okay, wait, I will keep this, I will open another one. Financial accounting global settings, financial accounting withholding tax, extended withholding tax. Basic settings. Basic, come to the calculation part, and come to here withholding tax type. I told you, right, withholding tax types comes under posting side, withholding tax comes in. I have to inform to the systems invoice postings and payment postings. So withholding tax types, I'm just mentioning in the systems. Different withholding tax type for invoice post. So I'm just informing the system. Whenever I'm posting invoice posting, use one alpha numerical digit. Okay, payment posting alphabet numerical number. So here I'm just opening here and go enter the India, okay, in India, and come to here, go to new entries, just mention the withholding tax. Just suppose I mentioned HI, okay, I told you that this is related to invoice postings, okay. Withholding tax of invoice posting. See here calculation part. When we are doing, suppose 1 lakh I deducted from the vendor, right? In that scenario, what I'm doing, on that gross amount only I'm deducting tax from the vendor, right? So what option? If in case some different companies are using different amounts, okay. Sometimes they're deducting tax. One second. One second. Yeah, here I'm following here. I'm using one option that is called gross amount. So different companies they use different options. So based on this requirement, we have to give these options. Okay, now I'm giving the gross amount, and here accumulation type. So per year starting with this month means normally tax related how it is going to how is going to work means April to March, right? So I have to give here. I have to give here period here they mentioned Jan to Feb, so I have to give April, okay. April, that's it only, because if in case anyone is following Jan to December, they have to give Jan. So this is my configuration, my company related, so I'm giving this fourth period, okay. That's it only. Then there is no options, okay. When I'm doing this configuration, what I have to do, I have to mention withholding tax type H invoice postings, and the same thing I have to give in the gross amount also. Then starting from this year I had to give mention for, okay. Same thing I had to do the for I had to give for invoice payment postings also, okay. If you I already done this configuration, I'll show you. HI, okay. See, this is the configuration I have done. HI invoice postings and gross amount, and same thing I have taken for fourth period. And but here also reason you have to give, okay. Same thing what I done invoice posting, same thing I have to do for the payment posting also. Here's withholding tax for payment. Same options will come. Just I'll show you what I did. You can take anything also, same thing they will do. So this is gross amount, and this is they are to start from the, in case the company start with January means they use this April, but we can use anything, but what fiscal year you're following, okay. That's it, right? So what configuration we done now. uh, hmm, so define withholding tax define withholding tax for one is invoice posting done, and also uh, fifth configuration, here also I'm mentioning 4 and 5 both, okay. This is done, right? Define withholding tax type for invoice postings, for invoice and payment postings also I have done the configuration, okay. What are the digits I used? One is HA and one is HP, okay. uh, if you see here in the account determination, two types of configurations I have to do. One configuration is withholding tax type I have done. What is the meaning of withholding tax type? Withholding tax type means in postings, whether it invoice posting or payment posting. Second configuration, what is the second configuration? Tax codes, right? Withholding tax code. So what is the next configuration? My configuration withholding tax code, okay. So what I said, with define withholding tax codes, okay. Withholding tax, this is also comes under path calculations only, calculations only, okay. This is what I said. Tax codes means what? Tax codes means what? I said sections, right? So here, I'll go. See here, define this is tax type, and the same thing I told you, this is comes under calculation. So here both tax type and tax codes comes under calculation part only. If you go here, tax define define withholding tax codes. Okay, here if you see here define tax codes also, two options will come. Here only we have to give for invoice postings and payment postings also we need to give tax codes here only. Okay, if you go here new entries, this is withholding tax type. So for which type I'm giving tax code, one is invoice posting, right? So I already done HI. Okay, then come to withholding tax code means it's say there is no drilling option, right? So here I had to mention with tax code number, either numeric or alphabet. So suppose I'm giving as a HI invoice posting. So here one more option is coming. See here withholding tax keys. Okay, I don't know this. I have to do this configuration, and here percentage of subject to, suppose out of 100%, I have to collect tax rate 2% or 5%, anything. Okay, and this is reason also we have to mention, and income here, income type here I told you. So in this configuration, for doing this configuration I need to do this withholding tax keys, I have to do this configuration, and income type also I have to do. What is the official keys? I told you, right? What is the keys? I told you, right? What is the keys means, it's a relating to keys means sections, right? So I need to do this configuration again. If I want to do this configuration, I need to do this withholding tax keys, and I have to do income type. Okay, I told you keys means I need to inform into system sections. Okay, that is one configuration I have to do now. For doing this configuration, second configuration is income type. Okay, income type means what? I told you some in withholding tax you have to think in the income tax point of view. Okay, here when I'm paying to the any persons, I had to deduct some portion, right? So for this amount is income to the department or expenses to the department? Income only, right? So here I have to mention the particular. So income tax department, so I received the income from the contract services, I received from the salaries, I received from the capital gain. So I have to mention this income type in the SAP system, because these options will use while filing the chalanas. Okay, so here I need to do one configuration that is called withholding tax keys. Okay, what is the configuration I have to do first? See, this configuration is also not done for us, not done, still we are in the progress. This configuration also we have not done. Okay, withholding tax codes. For doing these two configurations, I have to define official, you can say, with official tax keys. Okay, keys also comes under basic settings only. Okay, because it is useful for every company code, basic settings path only. Then I have to mention 194. See, it's already some 4-5 standard predefined sections are there, so you can use that, and if you want you can take any new tax key, tax section also. Okay, suppose 194, any sections you can take. Okay, see, I'm just keeping the screen again. I will go here again, one more part. It's already 40 minutes, I have not done completely. So financial accounting accounts, what was that? Financial accounting global settings, withholding tax, extended withholding tax. This comes under basic settings. See here they mention the withholding tax keys here. Okay, withholding tax keys. Okay, what they mention here. See, it's already some sections are predefined. If you want, you can take a new entries also. Okay, that's it only. Okay, this is no need to extend this. If I want to add any 194, 195 section, just mention what is this section. Okay, that's it only. And I told you one more configuration what we have to do. We have to define the income, right? So this is also basic settings. This is a check income type. So here also just mentioning whether it is related to which transaction. If you want, you can go here. It's already some predefined standard 1, 2, 3, 4. This is commission. So these all you will use while filing the chalanas. Okay, these two configurations we learn, right? Okay, tell a little bit fast because it's already late. So what configuration we done? Define official tax keys we done, and seventh is define the income type also. This is comes under basic settings. Okay, basic settings. Okay, so now I'm going to this configuration again. I will give this tax keys and I will give this income type also, then the configuration will done. Okay, I had to give withholding tax for the invoice postings, and in the same time postings, and at the same time payment postings also. Okay, payment posting also. So here by default it is coming as withholding tax type, and I'm giving as a now tax code again HI, and I'm giving official key, suppose contractor service 194C. Okay, this is, and tax type also I had to give, income type also in that I had to give. Okay, same like that I had to do here withholding tax payment also. Just I will show you. It's already open that screen, right? What the screen here, this is screen, right? So if you update these configurations now, it will come. So I will show you. Just you have to mention any tax code here. It's already defined, right? Predefined. Some, if you want you can add any one also. Just take out TDS on contractor services and just mention the 2%. That's it only. If you want, it depends upon the tax rate, then you have to mention the region also like this, and income type also we already done, right? HI, HP. If you want you can create your own description also. Here someone mentioned kCTDS and contractors. I only mentioned I only mentioned HD somewhere, HDDS and contractors. So Hamsika HPDS and preferences. So if you want you can take by freely defined also you can take it. This is how we need to do this configuration. So I'll show you. This is how we have to do. Why we done this? While posting the automatic postings account determination, I need to do tax keys and tax codes. For that I have done this configuration. Okay, if you see here, in this configuration withholding tax, I mentioned, right? Tax type means invoice posting and payment posting. I have done this configuration, and second configuration is tax codes. What is the tax code sections I have mentioned? So in this tax code mentions, I also done the official tax keys sections I mentioned, and also income type also I mentioned. Okay, so this is now one configuration is done. Okay, just based on this automatic configuration only. So all these point 6 configuration we have to do. So these all these done, right? These done, right? Done. No color. So by saying this entry, what we done first configuration, we calculated the GLs, and second configuration is we done the account determination, automatic postings. TDS is coming automatically. For that we done this 7 configuration. So if I see this, what I have to do. So I have done all these configurations, right? So this is global settings. This is not business line configuration. I have done the baseline configuration. Baseline configuration means it comes under global setting. So under this global settings, we have to use these options to so many company codes. But I informed to the system these are options, but I have not linked this to my company code, right? So what is the next configuration? I have to assign withholding tax to assign company code to withholding. You can say assign withholding tax to company code. Okay. So what is the path? It's already there, right? Basic settings, withholding tax options, basic settings, postings, calculations, and I'm getting basic settings. Basic settings, calculations, reporting one is there. I think codes, company code one option is there. Okay, company that you have to go company codes and you just update this company code. Okay, just this is a path I'm just mentioning, and go here. This is done, right? This configuration is done. Then you can close this. See here, I told you this is comes under company code. This is just withholding tax types to company codes. Withholding tax types to company code, activate withholding tax. So see here, assign withholding tax types to company codes. Go to new entries. This is already done, right? So if you see here, why I'm doing this configuration, when I'm posting under my company code level, I need to, it will come for vendors and customers, right? So I have to give this configuration. This is my company code HA89. It is asking withholding tax. type already done, right? What are the type means? I told you postings. Type means posting. So I done one is invoice postings and one is payment posting. So I just take the HI and recipient type. Just here one more configuration we have to do for doing this configuration, that is called recipient type. Okay. Recipient type means I told you, right? Well, when I'm doing these configurations, first persons divided into two types here. Company, and these are what I highlighted with yellow, those are comes under other than company. So recipient means I'm collecting TDS, whether it is company or other than company. Only two options are there. So there is no option for individual HU of FICO. So only two options. One is company, we are collecting from the company, or whether I'm collecting from the other than company. So I have to give why this option is coming means while doing this withholding tax chalana. So it will ask for, in that scenario I'm giving this option. Okay. Now recipient type, you can define withholding tax recipient. This is also one of the configuration. So if I want to do this configuration, the configuration, if I want to this eighth configuration, I have to do define the in the recipient. Okay, recipient, whether it is company or other than company. Than company. Okay, here whether it is freely defined, some recipient is there. If you want, you can take your customized reportings also. Here I'm taking suppose HI for company, and when I'm posting the payment also company I will take, and also sorry H. Second H, what was the H? I have to give other than company. Okay, other than company. One second. Here what I have to do. 1 second. Define recipient, right? So just mention this. I'll show you. It is a baseline configuration. This is baseline configuration, comes under basic settings. CTT. Okay. Come to the new tab. SAP reference IMG. Maybe I don't complete this this one. Financial accounting. Financial financial accounting, global settings, withholding tax, and withholding tax. It comes under basic settings, and define the see basic settings. Where is it? This is it comes under external withholding tax. Okay, this is basic settings. This is comes under basic settings. This is where is the this is recipient type. It's already predefined. If you want, you can take any. Also, this is so many people are done. If you want, you can take your customers. So I have done one suppose HI. Under this HI, if I'm paying in invoices, I can collect from the company or I can collect from the other than company, right? So this is how it's done. Company. Sika, this is company other than company. I used for invoice posting also recipient. So this configuration is done, right? This configuration is done. For which configuration I'm doing now? This, right? Assign withholding tax type code. Okay. Assign withholding tax type code. This configuration I have to do this recipient type. Okay. Again, I'm going to this configuration. So then we'll finish this configuration. Okay. What I mentioned here, this, right, company code. I have to give this anything, suppose company, and here if I give this withholding tax agent, and validity means withholding tax from this period to this period, right? So you can give first April to 30 1st March like that, and withholding tax you can mention. If I give this vendor details, the option will come in the FB60, FB60 only. If I don't give this option customer return, it won't come. Okay, the options won't come. Okay, just mention these things. Okay. Now what we done, we done the configuration of assign withholding tax, withholding assign the withholding tax to company code, this configuration, and we done, right. And one more configuration we need to act with, because we are having two types of tax system. One is a classical withholding tax, another one is external withholding tax, right. So I have to activate withholding tax. Okay, if you want to activate a classic withholding tax, you have to activate the classic withholding tax. So what is the next step I have to do? So activate the withholding tax. Okay, extended withholding tax. Okay, just extended withholding tax. Okay, extended withholding tax. Okay, what is the what? Just to close this. See here, this is comes under company code level only. See here, if you don't click means it will follow it will pick up the classic withholding tax. If you give here, it will pick up the extended withholding tax. See here, my company code, I have done the extended withholding tax. Okay, this is called extended withholding tax I'm using. This is one more step. Okay, this is one more step. And what are the configurations, anything pending here, I'll tell you from here only. Maximum these are the configurations we have to do. If you come to basic settings, check withholding tax countries, I done tax keys, I have done recipient, I have done income type. And one more thing is, here I mentioned here 1 lakh rupees, right. Here 1 lakh 190,000 like that. So in income tax also some threshold limit is there. For that I need to inform in systems, you don't calculate withholding tax in that some threshold limit. Okay, but threshold limit means here minimum and maximum base amount. So if I give 20,000, so if I paying more than 20,000, in that scenario only TDS will deduct automatically by the system. So I have to informing this point to the system. Okay, in the invoice posting, same thing. In the invoice postings also, I have to invoice posting also I have to mention, and payment postings also I have to payment postings, invoice postings. Okay, I have to mention the same thing. It is there in the payment invoice postings. Then see here, I had done the withholding tax countries, tax keys, tick keys means I said it's related into sections. Recipient type means company rather than company. Income means this is related to which section. And if you come to here, one more configuration we have to do. So we are doing India, right? India business place. Which business place we are doing India, right? So I have to inform in systems one business place. So define the business place. It's this configuration we done in the FICO integration. Section codes also I have to mention the section codes also I have to mention the. So this section, these configurations where it is there, means it comes under basic settings. Basic settings, and India level we have to give this configuration. So if you see here, India is there, right? India, and if you go to the define business place, I have to mention I'm using use this withholding tax, like I mentioned as a Vijayawada, just mention like this. And section codes also you have to mention under this business place only. Okay, and tax due dates also you have to mention, and tax calendar also you have to mention. These are the two steps I have to mention here in the configurations. Third configuration is what is the configuration? I have to define the tax codes. No tax codes. Tax. What is the configuration? Define tax due dates. Because if I collect any TDS, I have to file TDS within quarter, after completion of quarter close. Suppose the 30th September is the quarter close, so 31st October is the due date for the particular quarter. So I have to inform in system the tax due date option. And 14th step is what I mentioned. calendar year also I have to give. Okay, these are the small configurations we have to do. So now we'll configurations. Okay, configurations. So these are the small things, and if you come to the basic settings, all configurations comes, and if you come to the calculation part, withholding types also we have given, tax codes also given, a minimum amount also we have given calculation part. Come to the company code side, what we assign that to withholding tax types to company code, and activate the external withholding tax. This is come to the posting side. What I have done, this in that we have done only just account determination, accounting postings. Through this configuration, we informing system whenever I'm posting withholding tax, use the TDS account. Okay, under current liabilities. This is the configuration part, and one more thing, this is configuration of withholding tax. Okay, and if you come to here, this entry, we have done the TDS account, how it is up to what configuration we done, this account related configuration only, how it is coming automatically for coming, what are the configuration we have to do. So this is the concept of TDS account configurations. If you come to here also we need to do the configurations. Okay, vendor account, vendor also I have to update withholding tax, right? So here for 15th configurations in the vendor and the customer also, vendor and the customer also I need to update withholding tax details, master data, and also PAN number. So what are the vendors and customers I'm having? How will come to know that we're having the tables, right? In the table SQL and GL vendor ante nene kada KF B1. If you go KF B1, so in that what are the vendors I'm having, I can see that, and KN I means customers. What are the customers I'm having? I can come to know that. So I'm not showing this step. If you go to SE16, you enter this. So SE16, what are the customers we are having? What are the customers vendors we are having? We can come to know that. Some just go what vendor and customers. So under
That is
business part.
LFB on Lavanya. LFA1, LF.
This is related to company code level. I'll show you company code level only. This is there.
Now for vendor, it's the LFB1.
LFB1, no?
Yes.
One second.
Same table for both vendor and customer.
Company code level. This is master data level. This is vendor and customer master data only, right? Master data level. This is tables, okay? Master data level, and LF for
Then it will be LFA1.
Yes. You are saying something. What is the T code for master data level for vendors? This one only, right? KFB1.
LFA1, LFB1.
LFA1 and LFB1.
You mentioned
LFB1. If you go that, what are the customers we are having, that we can see, right? So I'm not going to this section. I can go directly to the business partner. Okay, just go to business partner. If you see here also, you can come to know. So here supplier means how many suppliers I'm having. You can check here supplier. Go to here supplier. One option is the supplier by company code. If I enter my company code, what are the customers I have created? Vendors, it will show. See, I have done only one vendor. Okay, just click on here. Just start. If you open this vendor, see here, if we change the business role only, then company code will come. So by default, it is coming as a business partner channel. So here, just mention FI vendor. Okay, if I mention FI vendor, see company code will come. In the company general data, I have to mention PAN. Okay, if you come to a vendor country specific, so it is there. See PAN I have already mentioned. If you come to the company code, we have to do only two configurations. One is we have to mention the PAN number. I told you that. One is I have to mention the PAN number. This is PAN number, and this is withholding tax details. I have to mention in the master data. One configuration is I have done, right. I have just mentioned in the general data only. I have to mention the PAN number. And if you come to the company code level, just enter company code. see here withholding tax option is there, so it will come like this. The screen will be like this. So I had to what it is asking. It is asking withholding tax type, right? What I said tax type means it is related to posting, whether invoice posting or payment posting. I already done the first configuration, right? So I mentioned these digits, okay? Then it will come automatically this, and withholding tax here tax codes also mentioned, right? Tax codes means sections, right? This is also done configurations, just mentioning these two things, and it's subjected to withholding tax. And recipient type also I have to mention. Recipient type means from which persons I'm taking, whether it's company or other than company. Two options is there. Just done this, and same like this only, like this you have to mention for the customer also. Okay, if you want I can show that. It's already 10 o'clock. BP, come to BP. So what are the customers I'm having, you can check that. So if you check any this, just to start, see here, this is I have to take customer is FI customer. Come to general data. Go to edit. Go to customer data. This is country specific is there, right? This is not country specific. Country specific enhancement. So we have to mention the PAN number, and if you come to the company code data, you have to mention the withholding tax here. The options will come like this, same. What I given in the vendor, same thing, invoice posting, payment posting. This I have to mention the which period to which period. That's it only. This configuration I have done. Okay, why I'm done this configuration while posting FB60, FB70. These options will come if I give this option only. Okay. Now by doing this configurations. By doing this end user point of view, we done the TDS transactions and vendor customer transactions. So we will post now. Now we will post one entry. So we have done all this configuration, right? So we'll post one entry. This is entry we'll post. Okay, then I'll show you one transaction only. What I mentioned here, credit purchases 10%. Okay, this is vendor, right? FB60. Okay, FB60. If you come here, purchases. It's applicable to input tax also, right? So I will give you input tax. First I will show you on this entry how it is going to reflect. So in the FS00 purchase having the tax input tax related option, right? So I will remove first. Okay, you can apply the input tax and withholding tax also, but I will show you first this entry what I mentioned first. Okay. Come to administration cost, credit sales. I'll remove the tax number here. Just go to edit. Save it. Okay. Now I removed, right? So it won't apply the input tax. Just applying only now withholding tax only. Go to FB60. Now this is related vendor. So I'm posting now. Invoice posting vendor is only one vendor, right? So this vendor only I'm having, and invoice date is today date. Okay, and business places are the very important. We already set up, right? Business place and section code also, and come to here. This is relating to purchases. Okay, just take this and enter the. If I enter 10,000, it won't applicable to it won't applicable the withholding tax. It will applicable only more than 20,000. So I will take suppose 1 lakh. This is 1 lakh, right? Then come to here. Mention here 1 lakh. Just enter first. Any errors will come. Now it's all done. Now just enter the here 1 lakh. Okay, here 1 lakh, then go to withholding tax. Here it will come automatically because we already informed, right? Assign withholding tax type to company code. For that only options will come automatically. Okay, it's already come. Just remove. This is relating to invoice, right? Just remove the HP. Okay, now just simulate. See what I told here. What is the entry? Purchase account data. I have given the system 2% only. The system I mentioned as a 2% only, right? While creating the tax codes, I mentioned only 2% for this entry. Now 1 lakh into 2% means 2000, right? So the value is 98,000 here. TDS is 2000. So same entry will reflect. See there. Purchase account debit 10 vendor. Purchase account this is 40, right? Purchase account is how much? 1 lakh, right? Same thing. Because as someone said, we don't reduce from purchase, we can reduce from the vendor account. Purchase account is 1 lakh and I'm paying only 98,000 to Lavanya vendor and 2,000 deducted as a TDS. Same amount I'm going to send to the department as while raising the tax challan. Okay. This is how the entry will come. What is the second entry here? If I want to, when I'm purchasing from the when I'm purchasing anything, it will come input tax, right? Input tax, right? Input tax also, right? So what I have to do? If I go here again, I'm applying the tax. This one, credit purchases. Go to edit here. Again, I'm giving here tax categories here input tax. Now entry will come input tax and along with withholding tax. So how the entry will come, I'll show you here. Same credit purchases. Credit purchase. This is purchase, right? 1 second. This is control. Here credit purchase is same online. I'm collecting here input tax, see GST and input tax, SGST and to vendor account to TDS. So 4 transactions will come. Okay. So I will show you this concept. You come to here, vendor invoice, same thing, just to mention the 70, then invoice to 20,000 and business place we already mentioned, right? India level and the section code, and just give here calculate tax and just taking 5. See someone. Oh, I need to assign right BBG. See here someone is assigned. Why this we are done? We are doing the GST also, right? That's why it is coming this option. What is that? FD 60. Okay, it won't take much time. Just take 2 minutes only. Here 20,000 and same thing. Business place Vijayawada and business place Vijayawada. And see they calculate tax and now my input tax 5%, H1 will come. Now take the credit purchases 430. You can take anything. It's not related to purchase. You can take any provisional audit, salaries. You can take anything. Here amount is 1 lakh. Okay, just mention 1 lakh and just enter anything here. So they mention 1 lakh 5,000. Okay, 1 lakh into 5,000. Okay. 5,000. If I mention a baseline here amount only, then it will go to the withholding tax. Okay, otherwise it won't go. Now check it is. They mentioned something here. 1 second. నేను ఆల్రెడీ ఇది యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాను. జస్ట్ ఐ విల్ క్లోజ్ దిస్. ఒక ఇది అక్కడ ఓపెన్ చేసినట్టున్నాను నేను ఒక నిమిషం. ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ అప్డేట్ చేశాను. ఫిల్ కమెంట్ సెకండ్ అన్నీ క్లోజ్ చేసేసినట్టున్నాను. Now enter. This is subject to withholding tax. I have to get this, okay, because I have mentioned one is GST and system informing system. This is also we have to it will come subject to withholding tax. So if I give this the pop-up meaning is you are calculating the GST and also the withholding tax. So just remove this withholding tax. Just simulate now. See, Kalasani Lavanya credit purchases, input tax, TDS payable. Okay. So like this system will calculate. So this is called end users will post like this, whether they post only TDS portion, whether they post along with CGST, SGST also. If you come to here B60 also same thing, here B70 also same thing. What I done same thing I have to post to. So what is the entry I mentioned in the customer point of view, receiving point of view, customer account data to TDS account data to sales account, right? So I'll check. I'll post only one entry, direct entry, withholding tax related, because it's taking much time. Just go to FS00, remove the credit sales. Okay, go to sales and remove the tax portion. Here check whether it is tax is there or not. It is there, right? Okay, we can post directly TDS and along with GST. Okay, come to slash and FB70. See what is the customer I'm having. I'm having so many customers, so I'll take this last customer. You can take any customer, then mention the copy and just take the calculate tax. See H1, not H1. This is relating to output tax, right? Set incorrectly and more. This is sales relating to output tax. I had to give output tax. Okay, then business place. What is the entry for that? This is 3 lakhs sales. Then amount just mention the 1 lakh. Now just enter. See, if I go withholding tax, it won't show anything because I have to mention 1,500 here. Okay, in the payment side. 10,000, 10, 5,000. Okay. Come to withholding tax. See, now it's coming. If I don't enter amount on the base screen, it won't come. So just remove this HP and now simulate. When tax category account is just enter. Lavanya account, see sales account debit, credit always sales credit 50, right? And output tax also credit 50 and output tax 50 and TDS payable is here. TDS payable is for us it's a current asset. That's why it is coming as a debit. Lavanya account. This is how the TDS will come in SAP. It's already time taking. Thanks for your patience. Thanks.